Good afternoon, Seminoles. Sorry about that little delay. As you can see, it is cloudy in that area. We had some rain showers come in through the day, but it is looking much better now. Currently, it is 65 degrees. So a pretty noticeable cold front that came through the area. Winds are pretty strong out of the northwest following that cold front passage. And if you look through the region, to the Big Bend area, Apalachicola is 66, Tallahassee 65, Quincy 63. So definitely some cold air filtering into the area if you're tuning into the show. You definitely feel, look at those dew points already dropping off 56. And this will go much, much lower. So as we go through the evening, expect these showers to continue heading off to our northeast, and some clear passage will be coming into our region. And it will be pretty sunny in Tallahassee for the next day. It'll be very beautiful. But tonight, it's going to be awfully cold, getting down to 55, 53 toward the northern region, and tomorrow, 76. So now we're going to pass off to Tyler for our desk.
And now my mic's back on. Sorry about that, everyone. As I was saying, we had a cold front moving through our region in the middle of today, and we had a huge temperature change. We were in the 70s earlier today, but usually as you go through the afternoon, you see those temperatures start to ramp up because all those cloudy skies and the cold air coming through, temperatures actually went down. And I can definitely tell the difference in those temperatures in my apartment because I just found out today I have a broken window and I can feel all that cold air leaking through. But this is very new for us here in Tallahassee. It's been very hot, even though we've gotten into fall for at least a week now. But we're going to start seeing these cold temperatures move through. Of course, we're going to rebound a little bit and get warmer, but not going to see any of those crazy summertime temperatures that we've been used to for the past couple of months. So as we go throughout the rest of the week, we're going to see that might have some scattered rain chances, and those temperatures are going to feel much more fall-like here in Tallahassee. As for Central Florida and the rest of Florida, we'll see how far that cold front moves through there. In Tallahassee, things are feeling pretty good. Now we're going to pass things off to the wall with Christian with our first look at the local.
Thank you, Tyler. So as you can see from behind me, we have tomorrow's forecast. Right here in Tallahassee, it's going to be very nice and comfortable, 76 degrees. It looks really nice as well. It doesn't look like we're having some gloomy weather. We also have 75 degrees over in Quincy, 75 degrees in Bainbridge. Heck, even down here in the coast of Apalachicola, 77 degrees. All right, and the cold front has arrived. Tropics beginning to ramp up again, and the question is, how long will this fall weather last? And so, if you take a look behind me, we have a beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium from our FSU STEM weather cam. Currently, we have 65 degrees with some showers in parts of the area, and we have winds coming from the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. So it's a really nice, cool breeze. And as we can look right now, our temperature currently is 65 degrees. Like I said, it's a little bit cloudy. 63 degrees in Quincy, 61 degrees up in Thomasville, so it's a little bit cooler, and it's slightly bit warmer down in Apalachicola. All right, and now when we take a look at the dew point, it's actually not feeling too bad. The dew point for Tallahassee is 56 degrees, 57 degrees up in Thomasville, as well as 55 degrees for both Quincy and Bainbridge. All right, as we look at our satellite and radar, we've been getting some showers. It appears to be scattered, but now it's starting to be a little more isolated. You can see, obviously, the cold front is moving away from us, heading further west, and that is what's giving us this really nice, cool breeze of that fall spirit, and I am sure feeling that. All right, and now, tonight, it will drop down to 55 degrees, so it's going to feel even cooler. And I actually love the cold because I love it when it gets down to the 50s. Oh, it's going to be a little bit colder in Bainbridge with that rain. It might even feel a little bit more humid with that rain. 53 degrees in Thomasville, so it looks like that rain is going to be a little bit lighter, and even 55 degrees in Valdosta. So in the general area, it's going to be in the mid to lower 50s in the Big Bend region. All right, then as we look at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to warm up a little bit once again. 76 degrees in Tallahassee, 75 degrees in both Quincy and Bainbridge. And we also have it a little bit cooler up in Thomasville, and it will still be 76 degrees along by St. Mark's and Perry. All right, and now, as we look at this beautiful fountain behind me, it's a really nice still image of the tower of FSU. All right, and we will be taking a look at the image of FSU weather stamp one more time, as it is slightly cloudy all along Doak Campbell Stadium. And I will see that right now, for the week ahead, it is going to be sunny tomorrow, as I said a little bit earlier. It's going to be in the mid-70s, 76 degrees for our high, and it's going to be dropping down to 55 degrees. And Thursday and Friday, it's still going to be nice and sunny, as well as anywhere between the low to upper 50s, and it's going to be mid to upper 70s for our highs. We'll now pass it off to Hayden. So Hayden?
Yes, thank you, Christian. Yeah, so he really said it all about that cold front in the region. So now if we look out into the greater southeast, so we flip our views here, you can really see this dry air out in the west. And this is kind of what's funneling down into our region. That cold front passage is just now starting to funnel through the 75 junction and I-10, and that dry air will continue to come down into the area. So looking at our temperatures for the southeast, we'll go down from south to north. 89 in Miami, head that front, 82 in Tampa. And then as you head into Central Florida, North Florida, you kind of see that precipitation that we were talking about and we see on the radar. That is associated with that cold front. And then you start to see that sharp temperature gradient in Tallahassee, a cool 65. And then a little bit warmer out in the south central as we start to moderate a little bit behind the cold front, but there will be some dry air forcing in. So looking at our dew points, 47 New Orleans, 38 Shreveport is very, very dry out. And that is going to be previewed to our area. While it's still 56 in Tallahassee, that dew point will continue to go down. Same thing in Montgomery and Atlanta. Expect your dew point to drop into the 40s, maybe even 30s. And you ask, why is this the case? Because if you look at this strong northwest wind, 14, 13. This is a very, very dry wind into the region. Nothing else is going to change. And then as we look down in South Florida, you can actually see a little bit of a south wind, which is why you have those warm temperatures. But that cold front looks just to be edging into Tampa, some of that northwest wind we've been mentioning. So for our forecast on our radar, if you can really look down to Fort Myers and Northport, Florida, where I actually live, there is a lot of heavy rain, maybe even some thunderstorms and some lightning embedded into the area. And as you head north, that cold front, just some stratiform rain, really just some drizzly showers you'll see out the window as you go out, nothing too heavy. So our future water vapor forecast, you can see those dark purples really taking over the area. And you do know Florida's the exception with some of that rising moisture associated with some tropical waves I'll have to keep an eye out. But overall, no concern for Florida right now, just some dry air to the north with some moisture to the south. So tonight, 55, low 50s in the southeast, and 82 in Key West. That sharp gradient will continue. For tomorrow's forecast, 76 Tallahassee, beautiful. Another beautiful 73 in Atlanta, and lower 80s up in Florida, unfortunately, with some humid conditions. And so now we're going to pass it off to Tyler to see what he has to say.
Names, got to switch my mic back on, having some audio issues here, but we're back. Here's our 2020 Atlantic hurricane names, and as you can see, we've gone through all of them already. Very active hurricane season, much like we had all the way back in 2005, where we got into the Greek letters for our names for storms, which we've done yet again here in 2020. We've already gone through alpha and beta. So the next storm that develops will be Tropical Storm Gamma once it reaches that tropical storm strength. But nothing to worry about right now, nothing to see on the radar. As we look at the IR satellite, we do have some waves that could come off into the Gulf over here, but once again, nothing to speak of for the most part. It's going to have to develop a lot more before it's anything we're concerned about. It's more just storms and moisture over the Atlantic that aren't developing into anything at all right now. And if we move over to our east off the coast of Africa, once again, you can see some areas here on the IR satellite, but you're just seeing cloud tops here. Nothing to really be concerned about. These aren't developing into anything either. Just conditions aren't right yet, which is very good for us because and we don't really want to see anything like that again. So it's good that we're not. And as that clears out, we're going to start to see those cooler temperatures in Tallahassee. And then let's move a little bit further out once again over the Dominican Republic, seeing some cloud coverage developing over time. Reset a little bit so you can't see it too much. But once again, I want to reiterate that nothing to be worried about in the tropics here right now. As you see those cloud tops, once again, that's no tropical system right now. Just going to keep a close eye on the Gulf and the rest of the Atlantic as we go throughout the next couple of weeks and all throughout October. Now I'm going to pass things off to Christian with a second look at our local forecast.
Thank you so much, Tyler. All right, so as you can still see behind me, it is still fairly cloudy up in Doak Campbell Stadium, but it's feeling really nice. I'm starting to really get that fall spirit. We currently have 65 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and the winds are coming from the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. And right now, here at our temperature outlook, it is 65 degrees here in Tallahassee. It's 63 degrees in both Quincy and Bainbridge, as well as 63 degrees in Valdosta, and it's a little bit cooler up here in Thomasville, and everywhere you can see some clouds everywhere. All right, and now our dew point is still going to feel pretty good. It's not feeling too bad, not that muggy. It's 56 degrees here in Tallahassee, and it is 59 in Valdosta, 57 in Thomasville, and 55 in both Bainbridge and Quincy. All right, and here's a look at our winds and speed direction. We have 14 miles per hour of coming from the north-northwest here in Tallahassee. You could actually see all along here from Donaldsonville, Quincy, all the way through St. Mark's. And it is up to 4 degrees in Sumatra, 6 degrees in Apalachicola, miles per hour. And it is as low as 3 miles per hour up here in Valdosta. And as we look at our satellite radar, it's really obvious. You can see that the cold front is moving further east away from us. And it's really nice because I absolutely appreciate the cold front for coming in because it is a nice cool breeze to bring us into that fall spirit. But thankfully, we got a nice amount of rain in our area, and it is just about leaving our area right now. As you can see, the next 24 hours, it's going to be very nice and clear overnight. As we get into Wednesday, it is going to be really nice and sunny. But as for tonight, it's still going to be just a little bit cloudy, but it will eventually go away, and it's going to be a nice 55 degrees, and the winds are just going to slow down to 6 miles per hour. And tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be really nice and sunny with 76 degrees, so it's going to be really nice weather to be doing outdoor activities or going for a walk. And as we look ahead, Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, it's all going to be some sunny days. So please take advantage of doing some outdoor activities if you so desire. We are going to be anywhere between the mid 70s to the lower 80s from Wednesday through Friday. And our lows are going to also be anywhere from the mid 50s to the upper 50s. And we could even get up to Tuesday to still be in the 50s. And now I'm going to pass things off with Tyler.
Thank you, Christian. We're going to take a look at our whole national forecast here. And looking at Tallahassee at 65 degrees, actually cooler than Denver right now. You expect Denver to be a cooler region, but with this cold front moving through the southeast, things have gotten a lot cooler for us here in Tallahassee. Miami, though, you guys aren't so lucky. You're still sitting at 89 degrees. Cold front isn't passing through you guys right now. Washington, D.C., you guys are at 69 degrees with some rain in the area. Chicago's down to 57. And as we move towards the west, once again, L.A. at 80 degrees. You guys are always looking clear and sunny over there in L.A. The temperatures are always pretty nice over there. And when we look at our current dew points, you can see that huge gradient in moisture right here where that cold front is passing through. Tallahassee having the dew point at 56 degrees, and that will continue to drop as we go throughout the next couple of hours. And moving towards the west, Albuquerque only with a dew point of 18 degrees. These western regions often have a ton of dry air there, not quite as rainy as it gets here in the southeast, much more dry and arid regions to our west. And if we follow our wind speeds and directions, you can see all of that wind coming out of the northwest associated with the movement of all of that cold air behind the cold front. Tallahassee seeing winds coming out of the northwest at 11 miles per hour. Atlanta seeing winds at 13 miles per hour right now. As we move towards the west, you have those westerly winds coming off the coastline towards LA and San Francisco at around 9 to 10 miles per hour. And if we look at that cold front right now, it's actually pushed further to the southeast as we've seen those temperatures drop here in Tallahassee. And here is all that rainfall associated with the front. Most of that rain has already passed through Tallahassee, luckily. But some of northeast Florida and central Florida will continue to see that rainfall. And once again, this upper level water vapor just shows you all of that moisture in front of the cold front. And then behind it, you can see that dry air in the orange. So let's move on to tonight's forecast. Tallahassee going to get down to 56 degrees. Miami only going to get down to 77. They're going to see some more rainfall. Boston, you guys are going to get down to 57 degrees. And then moving towards the west, San Francisco going to get down to 60 degrees. And Billings is going to be our cold spot, getting down to 38 degrees for their low temperature tonight. For tomorrow, LA, you're going to get up to 88 degrees, warmer than you guys got up today. Actually, looks like you're almost the hot spot on the map. That belongs to Dallas-Fort Worth at 90 degrees. And then Tallahassee, things are looking pretty nice with our high temperature tomorrow going to be 76 degrees. And as we go up north, we're going to be in the 60s for places like Chicago, Minneapolis, and Billings. And then as we go towards the northeast, Boston, 71 degrees and rainy. Washington, D.C., same thing, 71 degrees, except for sunny instead. Now I'm going to pass things off to Hayden at the desk.
Hello, yes. So we like to play a game. FSU weather is called Spot the Cold Front, and I think we've definitely found the cold front and we feel the cold front. And so all this cool air makes me think of all the fun that October is going to have, all the fun that fall is. And so I would ask, what's our favorite activities? We're going to have some fun today. On my favorite activity is probably pumpkin patch. Seeing those big scrumpulous orange guys, and he's just trying to figure out which one's not Ron, which one's the king. Where's the very pumpkin at? As my friend Charlie Brown likes to say. Another classic tradition is apple picking. In Georgia mountains, actually, there's quite a bit of orchards there. Washington State's also known for their apples, a little more year-round than just the fall. Any other great traditions you guys like to do? You can let us know at FSU Weather on our social media. But I know another one, too, is going for hay rides or going to a farm. I definitely plan on doing that sometime this week. Or, not this week, sometime in the next month of October, maybe even November sometimes. So I'll definitely enjoy that. So tying this back into our weather, right now it's going to be a cool week, warming up a little bit heading into maybe into lower 80s, upper 70s. Nothing we can't handle And then looking at the long-term prospects, the Climate Prediction Center expects a average October, maybe even slightly above. So right now we have some cool temperatures, but I don't really expect a rather cool October. But anyways, as I mentioned, all these fall activities still apply. If you're a leaf peeper, especially up north of our region, go enjoy it. It's just a really good time. Enjoy some football. Like I said, it's great transitioning into our seasons. And so now, speaking of our transition, we're going to see what else does the weather look like. And we're going to bring it off to our newcomer, Christian at the wall.
Thank you, Hayden. All right, I will be focusing a little bit more on Florida specifically. Oh, it's very nice and colorful. We got a little bit cooler temperatures up here in the north, and as you get further south down the peninsula, you can see it just ever so gradually starts to get warmer. I'm surprised. Miami is a lot warmer than Key West. But as you can see the dew points here, it's actually feeling pretty nice up here in the North Florida region, Panhandle, Southwest Georgia area. But as you get further south, it looks like it's a little bit muggier here. So like I said, it's 56 degrees here in Tallahassee. Very similarly out in Pensacola, it's 53 degrees. And Jacksonville is actually a little bit warmer up there, 63 degrees. But here in Orlando, 74 degrees. And as well as West Palm Beach and Key West. And we also have Miami with 73 degrees. And here's an outlook of our satellite and radar all across Florida. So once again, we have the cold front just passing by, and the winds will be coming, the rain will be coming further east. So we are just getting out of it right now. But it looks like a little bit later overnight, it's going to actually be somehow passing by just a little bit, I'd say further south up to Central Florida, maybe even the northern tip of South Florida. But looks like Jacksonville is about to get the biggest brunt of it right now. Even Daytona Beach is starting to see some of those showers. And as we look at further south in Central Florida and South Florida, it's a little bit clear, but we got some isolated showers that are still associated with the movement of the cold front passing by. And it looks like all the way down here in South Florida near Miami, it's looking pretty clear for now. And we're probably getting some clouds, but like I said, they may have a chance of getting some of that cold front as it passes by still a little bit. All right, so I will be taking a closer look at some of our big cities in Florida. Right here in Miami, it looks like it is thunderstorms with 60% chance of rain. Today, and for Thursday, it's also going to be a 50% chance, but it's 87 degrees, and it's going to be 83 degrees on Friday with 70% chance of rain. And right here in Tampa, it's going to be a little bit cooler, 81 degrees with a 10% chance of rain, but it's going to be cloudy, as well as Thursday and Friday, it's going to be cloudy all around the area. So Thursday will be 84 degrees, and it's going to be 83 degrees on Friday. As we look over here in Orlando, it's going to be a little bit cooler compared to Tampa on Wednesday, 79 degrees, but it'll warm up to 84 degrees Thursday and Friday. We're going to take a look over here in Jacksonville. It's a little bit cooler compared to Orlando, 77 degrees for both Wednesday and Friday. It's still going to be a little bit cloudy, but it's going to be nice and sunny, 81 degrees on Friday. Pensacola, it's going to be 79 degrees for Wednesday, and Friday, it's going to be 76 degrees. And I will now be passing things off to Hayden.
Yes, Christian said it. Miami, very humid right now. Definitely wouldn't want to be in Miami, even if there were wind. I still take Tallahassee any day. So taking a current look out, you can really see those cloudy conditions persisting, kind of raw, if you want to describe it honestly. 65 degrees, partly cloudy and north-northwest wind at 14 miles per hour, so it is a little gusty on the cool front. And it will be a little bit nippy tonight, especially with some of the wind chills. Not that it's overly cold, but we've been in the 80s and 90s. We're just not used to it. And so 65 Tallahassee currently. And then 62 in Bainbridge. So you can kind of see some of that cool air really advecting down. Even Thomasville is 61. And you can kind of see some of the clear skies returning too, as seen in our icons. So looking at our muggy meter, look at those smiley faces out by Tallahassee over to Bainbridge. As we head down to Perry, even further south into the swamp in Gainesville, it was a little more humid as that cold front has not made it through yet. But in our region, it's all smiles. So for Tallahassee, continue to see clearing skies continuing, especially seen for Panama City and Defuniak Springs. This dry air will migrate its way over as it does in cold fronts, and our weather will be bueno. So Lake City, you'll also have some rain to contend with. and especially into Palm Coast, there will be some heavier thunderstorms that we'll have to deal with. So once again, it's going to be a beautiful Wednesday morning, afternoon, and it'll be quite crisp into the mid-50s. So tonight, that wind will start to die off. And that moon will come out and it'll be 55 degrees, clearing late. And so for tomorrow's forecast, it is 76. So if you want to go out and land this, social distance, of course, wear your mask, but you can really enjoy, lay out, bring your dog, go to the park, get your walk in, and really that's what you want to do. So that is going to be great. And so for the week ahead, we do want to know, it looks like there might be a reinforcing cold front coming into our Friday. The temperature drops off from 82 to 75, so that's also really good news. And the lows also stay in the mid-50s, so that's going to be quite a pleasant change from those lower 70s that we saw with all that tropical moisture and all the systems we've seen this year. And it's really going to persist. So your Saturday and Sunday for that Jacksonville State game, it is going to be perfect weather. So make sure you do come out to support our Noles. Help us fix this season. And then this will continue into next week for Monday and Tuesday. The weather will continue to be very good. So now we're going to bring it off to Tyler for our closing desk.
Thanks, Hayden. Looking at Thursday, you're going to see those high temperatures getting back up into the lower 80s. But as Hayden mentioned, probably some reinforcing cold air behind this cold front that's going to come through and bring us back down into the mid-70s for our high temperatures again. And luckily, those lows are going to stay in the 50s for at least about the next week or so before they get back into the 60s for those low temperatures. So if you ever want to go for a nightly walk, be sure to bring a jacket or something like that to keep you warm, because those temperatures are going to be quite cold, at least for us in Florida and Tallahassee. You're not used to those 50-degree temperatures. And as we go throughout November and December, you're just going to continue to see those temperatures drop here in Tallahassee. The climate here in North Florida is a lot different than Central Florida, at least from my experience, because we really don't get into the 50s even that often from Central Florida, where I'm from. And then even I spent many a Christmas experiencing temperatures in the 80 degrees temperature range. So really quite the difference whenever you get away from all of that water along the coastlines and you get up into North Florida and South Georgia. You can see these cold fronts have a much larger impact on these regions as you get away from the water. And you can actually experience some fall and winter-like temperatures instead of those constant summer temperatures that you experience in Central Florida. And if you're in Miami, you're just completely out of luck. You're not going to see any wintertime temperatures there, unfortunately. Same with the western coast of California, very moderate temperatures. All that water around you really keeps things fairly warm during the winter, and during the summer keeps you a little bit cooler with that sea breeze moving through the region. But be sure to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU weather, and you can also like us on facebook.com/FSU weather. And then on YouTube, youtube.com/FSU weather, where we'll be live streaming once we get that up and running. And you can also follow us on Instagram at FSU weather as well, where we're putting up any cool weather pictures that you guys have for us that you can send our way. Always love to post them and share all the cool stuff you guys send in with everyone else that follows our Instagram account. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope everyone has a great night, and be sure to stay warm. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sherrod.